Hello everyone, my name is Liz BEWELL and I would like to present to you my permaculture design project, which I have completed with the Permaculture Women's Guild. First of all, I'll tell you something a little bit about myself. I'm originally from rural Cambridgeshire in the UK, not quite in the Fens, but still an agricultural area. About 26 years ago, my husband and I moved to the southwest of France, near Toulouse. We bought a property in a village, which had a small garden, which where I grew vegetables, and we had some chickens. And then we discovered permaculture, and we knew that we wanted to have more land so we could grow more food and be more sustainable. So 10 years ago, we found a site which had what we wanted. It had an old house, which is not habitable, but it will be when we work on it. It has a water supply, a wood, open land, the house, as I said, was not habitable. It's in total need of renovation. So at the weekends we used to come here and camp, and at the end of the Sunday we would have to pack up and leave, and we really didn't like doing that because we knew we wanted to stay. So we decided we needed to live here sooner rather than later. So we have been living here for 5 years, at the beginning in a caravan while we had our wooden house built. And for the last 4 years or so, we've lived in the wooden house. The course asked me to think about my goals. This was a good thing for me, as I've been able to establish my goals and think of ways of solving problems as well. One of my goals is to create and maintain a rich and healthy ecosystem. To me, this is an ongoing goal. In the vegetable garden, I add homemade compost. We have 3 big compost bins where the kitchen scraps from us and from one of my neighbours goes, as well as the rubbish from the kitchen, from the garden. I also collect farmyard manure from the farm up the road, which I put on the garden, and I also mulch the garden. So these all go towards creating a strong ecosystem in the soil, and so produce healthier vegetables, which are more resilient against pests and diseases. We have a wood, which we harvest for firewood, but mostly we leave it alone, allowing nature to continue its work in keeping the ecosystem healthy. I've learned to plan ahead and be prepared, especially as I want to grow as much food as possible, to eat it fresh, to give away the surplus, and to make preserves. One of the problems we have in the lower field is brambles. We want to have people come and camp and stay down there, which not really possible when there's brambles growing. So we thought about this, and we learnt that donkeys eat brambles. So we made a plan of what we need to do to reach this goal. We have already started to clear the perimeter of the lower field, and the trees that we cut down are going to either be used for firewood, or if they're long enough, be used as fence posts, so reducing costs. The donkeys will be a great asset to us, keeping down the growth in the lower field, and also their manure will be used in the garden, save a trip to the farm, and hopefully they can be trained to work in the land and bring up firewood. Watering the vegetable garden has been a lot of work. And over a few years, this has improved from carrying heavy watering cans, several times, full watering cans, emptying it on watering the garden. It took at least an hour every evening, to using a hose with a nozzle, which half the time. The hose was connected to a pump, which pumped the water from a meter cube container, which contained rainwater from the downpipe of the old house. This worked really well until one summer, all of the water cubes ran dry. Last year, we erected an old above ground swimming pool, which we had acquired for free. This swimming pool is erected underneath the house because there was a big space underneath the house because the house is built on a slope. So underneath the house, we had erected the swimming pool and directed the downpipes into the swimming pool. So when it rains, the water from half of the house goes into the swimming pool. From here, I've connected the pump and have been able to, last year, use the hose, which is very long, to water the garden using that. However, we want to use a drips irrigation system. So we are going to build a shed, a small wooden hut, as you like, on the highest part of the ground. And in that will be a meter cube water container. And under the ground from the swimming pool to this hut, we will put a pipe, and where water will run between the swimming pool and the cube, and then an irrigation system from the cube to the garden. And we hope to use a solar power panel to operate the pump. The course has also taught me to be more observant and realize that I need to keep a record of different things in nature, in the environment. For example, keep a note of the first and the last frost dates. Note down the wettest months or the driest months. And preparation in doing this, it will prepare me to pay attention and be prepared for these situations that might happen from, for example, drought. Make sure I have enough water to water the garden, make sure there's enough mulch beforehand, and things like that. I have developed a deeper understanding of permaculture. During discussions with my husband about the site, I have asked feasible questions which lead to more deeper discussions. At the end, we usually come up with a better plan and idea of what we are going to do. It's all a good thing. I've really enjoyed doing the permaculture course, and I'd like to thank Heather Jo Flores for her guidance and lots of patience. Goodbye.